All right, guys, what's going on? Spencer Clays here. I got Kyle, one of the guys in my group, joining us today for a call. Kyle just hit basically 10K per month, so we kind of want to get him on, see his thoughts, how he kind of runs business, and just happy to have you here, man.
Heck yeah, man! I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me on.
Sweet, dude. So me and Kyle actually we've had a history together. I knew Kyle. I kind of met you 5 years ago or something, back when we were in the Navy and in the Navy Reserve. I mean, just kind of goofing around, honestly, but I know you've had like your ups and downs in the journey, like, because, obviously now we both have our own businesses. And so why don't you kind of just tell me a little bit about some of the things you've tried, and now you're kind of obviously doing the home service, and how that's kind of been for you, man.
Yeah, man. And I think your date's a little wrong. I think we're like 10 years back, man.
Nah, dude, I joined like 8 years ago, I think, bro. So
I got out 5 years ago.
You got out? I mean, it was like, okay, maybe
like 4
like
years, but yeah, I got out.
Yeah, it was like 5 years ago, bro.
Like 5 years ago. But anyways, heck yeah, man. Stoked, like I said, stoked to be here. Been enjoying your journey, man, and seeing your growth and everything you do, and a home service business. Actually, NX, this logo, I actually drew up like 10 years ago. And I know I just have an entrepreneurial mindset, and I was just like, I like making logos, and I had all these ideas, and a home service based business was one of them. I just never acted on it. And seeing your content and you go out and do this stuff, I was like, man, I really should do this. And so you were a huge motivation in getting me started in this, and I'm super grateful, man.
Nice, dude. Yeah, because I know you officially kind of like joined our community like in like June, so it's been like 4 months. So why don't you tell me about like kind of the money you're hitting now, and like how you started and such.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of go through like the timeline. So basically I'll give some context of what I was doing before too. So I was about 6 months ago or so, I was a sales consultant from home, helping online businesses start increase their sales, right? So turn on my baby monitor there. And so I was doing that from home, and it was going pretty good for about a year and a half, 2 years. I was doing about $100,000, $110,000 a year. It's working from home. A lot of people like working from the dream, but I kind of got bored of sitting at home.
Yeah.
It's like and then also it was, I don't know, this is controversial, I guess, but my wife would barge in on me all the time and just distract me. And with my ADHD, that doesn't freaking help me at all. And I'd lose my flow, and I'd be super mad and annoyed by it. And so I was like, maybe I just need to get out of the house so she can't just barge in on me when I'm working. And so I decided to actually make NX a reality, and with your guidance and your help and the group, man, because getting answers to my specific questions and stuff has been a tremendous help. So, but basically I launched, my plan was to launch June 1st. I ended up launching June 6th, but just dragging my feet, kind of, nervous. My first month I did $1,000. My second month I did $3,000. My third month I can actually pull up my sheet. I'm actually forgetting. I'm blanking real quick here.
It was like 6 or 7, I think, right?
Like yeah, I think it was like 7.5.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let me see here. So yeah, it was 1.3K the first month, 3K the second month, 7.5 in August, and we just finished up September, because October 4th right now. We just finished up September, and that was about $10,000. Nearly there. I was just below it, but about $10,000 there. Nice. And so that was super sick. Just the growth I've been seeing, and my biggest thing too is customer service, right? Just going out and be able to provide an awesome service and make sure they're happy, and seeing that their face glow and excited to refer me to other people. Like that's what really drives me and keeps me going. It's like just seeing the like joy I bring other people through my home service business.
And what are like the main services that you provide, like for those who don't know, like for you?
My problem is I think I spread myself too thin. I basically do everything now. And I'm kind of leaning into that, but and I know riches are in the niches and all that, but I don't know. Like I have a paint job coming up. I do window cleaning, roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, getting into painting. I've done landscaping, handyman work. Like I've replaced like a garbage disposal and replaced lights and whatever. There's weird little handyman jobs. I've done gutter repair. So I've done a lot of stuff. I kind of whatever people want me to ask me to do, I just like I can do that, and then I figure it out.
Yeah.
And so, but my main ones are really window cleaning, I think is like the most popular thing. And I also do interior cleaning too. That was more supposed to be my wife's side of things, but obviously we just had another baby. She's about a month and a half or so old now. And so she's not doing the interior cleaning anymore, but I partnered with an interior cleaning company. So they just kind of basically go and do it or help me do it, some interior cleaning jobs that I have recurring and other ones that are coming in because I kept turning away all these interior cleaning leads once my wife kind of was more stay at home. And I was like, and then I was like, well, I don't want to keep turning these away. I'm like paying for these leads. So I ended up partnering with somebody and now they fulfill a lot of it. And we're working out how payment's going to work and stuff. That's a new relationship that I've built. But yeah, so interior cleaning, window cleaning, roof cleaning are like and gutter cleaning. Those are like four main things.
Nice.
Kind of long-winded answer. Sorry.
No, you're good, dude. Like, no, it's cool to see. Like, I mean, yeah, I've always liked to do like kind of specific things, but of course, everyone's different, man. Like, you're able to run the business you want, and so why don't you speak a little bit more about that? So you were doing like you're working from home, you're kind of getting bored, and I mean, honestly, yeah, I like getting out of the house too, man. It's like I got a baby too, and like you love them to death, but it's like sometimes you just got to step outside, get some fresh air, and like I don't know, something inside us is like screaming to get out. So yeah,
Yeah.
so how was like kind of you were still being told kind of what I don't know, you're working from home being told what to do, quote unquote, or like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
was
It
it
was like
basically on the
I
name?
was. It was my own business, but I still had my client, right? Basically, I worked for a client, and I felt like I had a boss. This this service, like this home service business that I'm doing, I feel like I don't have any boss. Like I can show up late, I can work slow, I can work, I can do whatever I want. I can cancel on people, like I
Yeah,
can do whatever I want. I feel like so much more freedom. Like when I imagine owning a business, like this is what I imagine feeling like.
yeah,
When I was doing the homes, like the sales consulting, I felt like I still had a boss and I was reporting to him and telling him like the numbers and, oh yeah, we're doing this. Like this is like I just felt like an employee, to be honest. Like but it was my own business. Like it was weird. But
yeah,
but this feels like I have my marketing signs, like I'm doing everything. I'm wearing all the hats. It definitely scratches that entrepreneurial itch that I've always had, and this makes me feel super fulfilled. Can't wait till next year. I'm going to be trying to get an employee on board or two, and see if I can start expanding this thing. And I don't know if you want to get in it right now, but I can tell you like what my future projection of this business and everything I want to do too. But yeah, man, I'm just super grateful for everything that's been going on and the success I've been having. So
yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. Like at the end of the day, like just being able to like yeah, having that feeling where you wake up every day like I feel fucking good. I feel fulfilled. Like, and I know as men too, like we'll never like 100% be like, oh yeah, I'm like able to just like chill. But like, obviously we can keep pushing forward. Like, I have a bunch of other plans for the future. You got plans for the future. And like being able to fucking do that. Like if you want to, like, hey, I got my jobs taken care of. Our calendar's booked up for the next week or two. I have some other time to do other things. Like if I want to like, start another website, do some other sort of business or like you can, it's really up to you. Like some people in our group, for example, they're still, I know a couple people still have full-time jobs, right? They still have like a job, but they also do work on the weekends. They're making an extra few grand a month. And it's just like, you have that option to do it. So you
yeah,
want to speak on, so for you too, like how did like, and because in October too might be crazy. We'll see. Cause we got Christmas lights coming up. So you might be hitting like
mhm.
15, 20K soon here. So
Yeah, I need to
no,
get
how
on
was
the
that feeling?
bandwagon. I've kind of been dragging my feet on the. I just been getting a bunch of other work, and so I don't know.
Yeah.
And a cool thing too is like I really only book like one job a day. Like I
Yeah.
don't book a bunch.
I'm
So
the same way, dude. Like, I mean, obviously now I have a lot of other jobs that I send out to like to the guys and stuff. But like for me personally, well, I mean, with them, like we do quite a few jobs now, but like I personally don't like to do more than one a day. If I am working, and I'll usually only do a few jobs a week, nothing crazy, because I have other guys that they can do that for me. But yeah, one job a day, like I've never really liked the whole like, oh, we got to hustle all day long. It's just like I don't know, it's a marathon, not a sprint, dude. Like it's like
yeah,
find systems that can like do the work for you, and like well, yeah, once you get people working for you, and we'll kind of like that's kind of a good segue into like the next question I want to ask you. Like so for you, like what has been, so you obviously we use the same software like high level and such, which I've kind of rebranded it with my business for like it's called Exterior Pro. So like for people who don't know, like what is like, so you're able to build a website, CRM, like is there anything else that you use it for? Like this is how you kind of run your business?
Yeah, man. High level is freaking incredible. It's not very expensive. Like it combines like every freaking thing into one. Like I used to have Calendly. I still use Google Calendar, but you can integrate it into there so it can actually like update stuff into your calendar on high level as well. But yeah, I don't use Calendly anymore to book stuff. And I have my website hosted there now. I used to use something else. I don't even remember what, like Wix or something. But now I built my website on high level, and it was super simple.
Quick, man. It's like crazy. You can get a website up like that.
Yeah, once you understand what's going on, and they have a bunch of templates you can just use. But
Yeah.
building it from scratch,
Cool.
once you understand how it works and what it looks like, you can start feeling it. And it takes a little bit of learning, but like, yeah, high level has been incredible, man. They just the support is awesome. The team that runs it is awesome. There's just like there's so many YouTube videos about it as well. Like if you have a question, you would find it on YouTube to answer it.
Yeah.
So the sport's super cool. But yeah, I use it for sending invoices. I use it for the website's like really the big thing, and the integrations, the automations that you can also do with it that integrate seamlessly with your website. Like if they fill out a form, boom, it sends you a text, lets you know, and
it's all in one place. That's kind of why I like it too.
Exactly.
And it's just like kind of like simplifies things. It's like it just
yeah,
makes it a little bit easier. So I was like, and I was honestly like for the longest time, I was like, I don't need any software, I don't need any CRMs. And it's just like, that's also kind of stupid. Like, cause now it's like I have an extra phone number where I can like forward that to like certain people. So I don't have to answer the phone. It's nice. Like, or like, I mean, I still have a CallRail account where like, if I want to put out yard signs and I just want to put a different number, you can do that. It forwards to like wherever. So, but yeah, no, it's nice. Like, so, I mean, that's cool. You're using it. So, I mean, we don't need
it's really cool. Again, I just want to interject real quick. Is like, I don't even feel like I'm scratching the surface of everything it can do. I use a select few tools and it still makes it really worth it for me.
Yeah,
and there's tons of other things I can do. So it's like, it's crazy to me that it's so cheap.
I keep telling people it's kind of like the human brain. Like I feel like we only use like 10% of it, and it's just like, wow, I only use like 3 tools. I should be using like there's like 100 of them. So, but yeah. So, but no, sweet dude. So like, as far as your day to day goes, like, I mean, I like to we can just kind of riff on like whatever topics we want. Like, I mean, I've been scrolling on Twitter recently. Like, it's like everyone's like freaking out about the storms and like the government. I'm just like, life is it's just crazy right now, dude. It's like, but I don't know, for me being able to like still like wake up, make my own money, like that's I don't know, I feel really secure in it. How was the feeling of like when you first started your business? Because I remember that feeling like the June 1st where you're like, I'm gonna start my business. I remember I had to go out, I got that shitty little pressure washer. I was knocking doors and I was like scary because like, oh, am I gonna be able to make money? Do you still remember those feelings of like, I don't know where my next job is coming from? And now you can kind of take a deep breath, like, okay, I know I'm going to get work next week. I'm sure it's fine. How's those feelings?
Yeah. So, I mean, I put myself in a weird position. So like I stopped doing my sales consulting from home business, and then I didn't work, or I didn't like I was like in the middle of moving from like down in Linwood up here to Blaine. Anybody wants to come visit, hit me up. But I was in the middle of moving, so I kind of took like 3-4 months in between not working, and I kind of used up a lot of my reserves of like my savings and stuff. And so I got up, I got moved. Moving isn't cheap, and so I was kind of in like a do or die situation. And so I had enough to float me for like 3 more months, maybe 2 months. And so I was like, man, I need to make this work. And so I started networking. I started, doing an introduction to posts just organically through Facebook groups and local Facebook groups. And I started getting people hitting me up for window clean and an interior clean and, whatever people wanted me to do. And so I just started booking them and started doing it. And it was just, I don't know, it was crazy. I was scared. And then like, I was like, okay, well, at least I got 2.5 months or whatever to make this work. First month I was already making, my first month I made $1,000, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's something that this means it's like, proof of concept. Like I can do this. My first window wash took me 10 hours and it was super simple because I showed up, I needed to go leave and get some more stuff from the store. And that was like an hour and a half, and then came back and I was like sitting there messing with a window that had a bunch of paint overspray on it. and I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is this? I'd never washed a window before in my life. And so I was like, what's going on here? What is this? And I was like sitting there messing with it, trying to figure out how to get it off. And I found out that I just needed a window scraper to scrape it off. But yeah, and so that was fun. Made jokes with the lady, and she was super nice about it. I was like, I basically live here now. And she was like, yeah, you want dinner? But she was super cool. She knew I was starting my business and all that. And so, yeah, man. I mean, the first month I was like, okay, like I did 1,000. Second month I did 3,000. I was like, okay, this is like 3,000 is like, well, with taxes and everything, I need to make like $45,000 or $5,000 a month to pay my bills. But 3,000 is what I want to take home to be able to pay my bills, right? And so I hit 3,000. I was like, holy crap! Like I'm here. Like I'm basically doing it. Like this is what I can live off this. And then yeah, and then the next month after that, just it went crazy. It was at $7,500 a month, and I was like, holy crap! Like this is real. I'm doing it. You know. And now it feels like okay. So here, literally yesterday, I was walking around Walmart grabbing some stuff I was making burgers last night, and I had the week was obviously coming to an end. It's like Friday right now. I had nothing booked for next week except for like one recurring thing, like interior clean. I was walking around Walmart shopping, and I literally got 3 texts, and it booked up my whole week.
Yeah.
One guy booked me up for 3 days out of the week. Another guy booked me. Other 2 people booked me too. So all 5 days of my week next week got filled in like in like an hour.
That's crazy. Yeah.
What just happened? Holy crap!
I can't explain that shit to people who haven't run their business, or like people who are like worried about like, where do I get more leads? It's like, dude, you just got to put your fucking your stuff out there. People will come to you if you have a good business. Like, yeah, that happens all the time. I'll just like be like, oh shoot, we could use a job in the next day or two. Boom, boom. I'll get 2 calls. Like, okay, boom, booked up. And it's like, if we have a cancellation, it's like, oh, well, let me just hit up like 3 other people that are like, we just follow up with people that we kind of dropped off. And it's like,
yeah,
you can do like, there's so much work out there, man. It's like insane.
And my saving grace is like, I haven't had to do this yet. I haven't even knocked a single door, but my saving grace is that if I have no leads and I have a dead day that I actually want to go and make some money on, like, cause I like to just if I have a dead day, I just like to take it as a day off, you know, like today, I have like a dead day. I'm getting my car detailed. I have this, it's raining right now, but if it's nicer later, I might go and like do a brush off some moss of a roof that I was cleaning earlier. But it's a chill day. And so I kind of lost my train of thought. Dang it. My ADHD messed me up. But
you're good, dude. I'm the same way, man. Like a noise will pop up, a squirrel will run in the backyard, and I'm just like, shoot, it's so fucking weird. But being a business, it is like perfect for being a business owner though, because honestly, like there is so many different things that are popping up. Like,
like,
right now, it's like
you can always fall back on door knocking. Is what I was trying to say. Like you can always just fall back on door knocking. Like if I have a day where I just want to go out and I'm like, okay, let's go make some money. I can go pull up into a neighborhood, knock a door, and be like, hey, I'm in the neighborhood doing a big discount. I'll wash your windows, $150, $200, whatever. I'll wash your gutters. I see your gutters need a polish. I need to see this. You just point out things that they need. They're like, hey, would you like me to do that for you? And then they say yes, no, maybe so, you know.
Oh, so you've done some door knocking. I thought you said
I haven't done door knocking. I'm just saying I can't always lean back on that. Like I'm not scared to do it. I just haven't done because I haven't needed to. It's just
that's something that like I'll do. Like, I mean, that's how I started, and there'll still be months where I'll feel like, for me, sometimes it's almost like it's just staying sharp. You know, I'm like, okay, I want to still like stay sharp. Like I'll go fucking send it, knock some doors, book a couple jobs. The feeling, if anyone hasn't knocked a door and like made a sale, it's like it's the best. Like you feel on top of the world. So highly recommend. But obviously too, like kind of part of building systems, you want to have leads coming to you. Like that is the ultimate peak, because those are the highest quality leads. Those people actually want stuff done, and you actually like negotiate a good price. Like if you go to someone to knock a door, you kind of got to play their ball game versus like if someone's coming to you, like I just had another client that we like turned down like a month ago, and then like now they want us again. I'm like, well, they're coming back. Like we're gonna probably have to up that price, dude. Like we can do whatever we want, man. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's a funny thing. I had a lady that was looking for a gutter repair, one of my first gutter repair jobs. And I was like, did tons of research after she booked in. But I was telling her, yeah, I can do that. Be $250 because it's second story and you have like 4 to 5 different spots that need to be repaired. And she was like, that's way too much. No way. I was like, okay, well, that's my price. And I stuck firm, I didn't go, okay, well, okay, 100, okay, 50. I didn't I was like, yeah, that's my price. Leave me alone. And then she calls me back a week later, or she messages me a week later and goes, okay, let's book it.
Yeah,
So,
she talked to everyone else, was like, "Oh my god," like, that guy was like yeah, so that's what just happened too, and it's like, I don't know, people are funny, man. It's like they try and I'm like, "Trust me, man," like, I mean, I'd never say we have the best or cheapest price, but it's like, dude, we know what we're doing. We've done thousands of these jobs, like, good luck getting a person that cares just as much, that is gonna provide a good quality, like, we got pretty much nothing but five-star reviews. It's like, we'll take care of you, so and
yeah,
that's a really good position to be in, that like you get that swag, it's like, hey man, like here's my price, dude. Like if you want it, cool. If not, I got 10 other people that do. Like that's such like that is the essence of sales. Like I'll tell people all the time, I don't really like sales. I don't really consider myself a salesman at all. I'm a marketer. I love to just get more leads coming. So you don't have to be good at sales, dude. It's
yeah.
like I think I
Enough
use the example.
opportunity,
Yeah.
you'll get lay downs or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly. So and same with door to door, you'll see it. Like if you like it's just it's not even necessarily that you're like good at what you do. Like I landed the third door that I ever knocked, not because I was good at it, but it's like you just gotta just send it, man. You'll
Sometimes
get
it's
it.
right place, right time, right? You just knock on
Yeah.
the door. You're like, I can clean your windows. Like, well, I've been looking for a window cleaner. I just put it off for a year.
Yeah.
Let's
Like sometimes people are like literally like, thank you so much for coming. Like you were like a god, you were like an angel. Like I've literally been told that. Like, thank you so much for knocking my door. I needed this. I was just trying to find somebody to do this, and you were the perfect person. So like
yeah.
that's a really cool thing. Of course, some people are like we did have some guy like last month like yelling at us, like, get the fuck out of here. Like you guys are weirdos. Like I'm like, okay, dude, I could tell you've had a bad day, but like that's not my problem. I don't really care. So
That's exactly what it is. Anytime someone has a negative reaction to you, just trying to have a conversation, it's a them problem, not a you problem.
yeah,
And
dude.
I think it helps with, because I did do sales consulting for 2 years before this, right? And so me knowing that a lot about the sales and how it works, and it's a lot of mental game, right? Just because you get rejected a lot in sales, and
Yeah.
so you have to build a thick skin and just believe or know that every no leads you closer to a yes. Because yeah, you knock 100 doors, you're not, I don't want to say guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed to get like 10 of them for a home
Yeah,
sales.
like law
At
of
least.
averages dictates like, okay, if you can book out, if you can, yeah, say you knock 100 doors, you book 10 jobs out of that or whatever. Let's say it's even one job. You have to knock 100 doors. It's
Yeah.
like, well, every door that you knock gets you closer to that yes. Like each door, the percentage goes up. So you just got to keep knocking. And so, I mean, so you've like for advertising too, I guess if people want to know a little bit more about like how you advertise, do you post in Facebook groups? Have you run any ads? Like obviously you have your website built out. You work
Yeah.
on SEO, like how you want to take us a little bit more into like how you're getting so many leads coming in.
Yeah. So I made a super ugly ad.
That's what I like to hear,
And
man.
I was gonna try and share it, but no, I don't need to. But it was a pretty ugly ad on Facebook. And it was booking people. It was actually doing pretty good. I don't know why I turned it off, but it was doing really good. And it's getting me jobs. And I was like, oh wow, this is pretty cool. And then I turned off, and then I made another one. It was like a stick figure of me like washing a window. Like I drew it in paint and put it up, and I tried to do that. And that got a lot of engagement because it was funny, but I didn't really book people. And so I was like, dang it. And so I turned that one on.
That's cool. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I just made a funny one, and a lot of people commented on it saying that was great. And I think I got a couple jobs from it, but it wasn't like converting as well. So I started with Facebook. But yeah, I started with the local groups. I was getting like bookings through there. I also joined this kind of business owner coffee club thing that happens on Tuesdays. And I go there, introduce myself, and just listen. Because eventually it sounds like, or it feels like I want to try and get into like get more involved with the government and like the growth of the city up here. It's like 6,000 people, and so it's not intimidating at all, and it feels kind of cool to have an impact in such a in a city. But so I've been trying to get involved there, and so that's gotten me some good jobs. I've gotten a recurring commercial deal from there. I got a real estate agent referring me out. It's gotten me some of my biggest jobs. And so just like networking was another one. And then I dumped a ton of money in Google, and I don't know, I messed something up. But when I was doing it myself, it was converting pretty good. But then when I went to like a professional person from Google that reached out and wanted to, like, I don't know, part of their thing, I guess, or I got scammed, I don't know. But But
Remember you
I
telling
dumped
us
like
about this. That was funny.
yeah, I dumped like $2,500 into Google and got like no bookings from it, and I was like, "What is happening? This isn't real." But like we went into the details of stuff. Like maybe it was the problem was we got too detailed and needed to be more broad or something. I don't know, but yeah, I dumped like $2,500, and I turned off all my advertising because I messed up, and so I needed to kind of get more organic stuff and kind of refill my marketing budget. um, but
I mean,
yeah, I was
you're trying stuff though. That's good. Like you're
yeah
trying, and you still have so much organic stuff coming in. It's like you can afford. Like, okay, I just booked a $500 job. Now I got a few $100 I can play with. You know, if I lose it, it's kind of like finding that winning slot machine at the casino. But it's actually mathematic. It's like statistically like, okay, every spin I do, I make money. Like it's not like
yeah
you got to find the right machine. You got to find the right ad. You got to find the right Facebook or Google combination. And most people just don't. They're too scared to like, oh, I'm gonna lose $100. Like that's completely the wrong mentality to think of. Like you need to think of this as an investment. I'm investing into learning the skill for my business, you know.
yeah
So I'm
exactly. And the big thing there was um I turned off my ads because I also wanted to make a video ad. I just haven't gotten around to it. I want to make a video ad and see how that converts. So I'm like still trying things, right? Um, and I also bought signs. I have like one back here, but I bought signs. I haven't put them up yet. I just was like, I haven't put them up. I don't know. I got like 200 signs because they messed up. And so they
yeah,
sent
you just gotta blitz it, bro. You gotta like this. The yard signs are kind of a pain, but you just gotta like be like, okay, I'm gonna put out signs for like. I mean, I typically like I got like 50, and so right now I gotta put out like after every job we'll put out a couple. You know, you
yeah,
sometimes they get taken down, it doesn't matter, but you just keep putting them out. So
yeah. And so I'm waiting to kind of put out my yard signs now after the winter because the winter's kind of slow anyways, and so I want to I don't want them to get thrashed by the winter weather. And
nah,
so
dude, throw them out. They're fucking. You spent a couple $100 on them, just get rid of them, dude. You gotta get them out there. It takes only
yeah,
one job to pay for it, like
it's
you
true.
know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
we're just
have
seeing
all
some
these
live
signs.
coaching
Yeah.
on the call right now. So this is live. So you get those
I
fucking signs out, man.
yeah. Um, yeah. And I got this. I got a van. So I just bought a van. It's like a cargo van. I ripped out all the interior, and I'm working on setting it up how I want to do everything with a soft wash system in the back and my pressure washer and all of the and I do like everything. So like my handyman tool set and all this other stuff that I just do. And it's freaking long, and I think it'll fit everything. So it's gonna be cool to have that set up. So, and that's one thing I am worried about, right? Is the winter. I keep saying the winter's coming, like I haven't, like, I'm only 4 months old. I haven't experienced the winter yet. I'm kind of nervous about it because everybody tells me it's slow during the winter. And my saving grace is I don't need that much money. I just need to make like $3,000, $4,000 a month. And so
Yeah.
it's like, I can do that in like a week sometimes. So it's like, if I just am able to do that over a month in the slower times, then that'll be good. But I'm a little nervous about the winter, but as long as I make it through and then start off in the earlier rather, then I'll have enough money just to take the winter off next
Yeah.
year.
No, that's
I just
no,
started late,
100%,
I
dude.
didn't have that, but yeah,
You got this. Like you'll be fine. Like honestly, the winter too. Yeah, I remember for me too. I was kind of worried, but you figure it out. And honestly, for us too, we go to Mexico, bro. That is the hack. Like if you like spend most of the year here and then you just go to Mexico, we save money going down there. It's cheaper. It's like
yeah,
awesome. It's warm. And yeah, like you said, dude, that's another thing too. Just keep your expenses low. Like I don't know, not having that fucking bunch of overhead and stuff is so. If you only need a couple grand a month to survive, and you obviously with Christmas lights too, stack up money. Like people ask me all the time, like, what do you do? What do you do during the winter? And it's like, I mean, there's so many industries and examples like that I've kind of worked in or like seen like gardening is a good example. It's like gardening teaches you a lot, like being a farmer. Like, hey, there's seasons to work, seasons to grind, make your money, get your crops, and then when it's winter, you hopefully you made enough, and then you kind of just coast until the spring, and then you keep going. So
yeah,
I don't know. That's how humans have always operated, and it's weird. We've only recently, like what the last 100 years, we've like told each other like, hey, we need to be making money 52 weeks a year. Like that's the only way to survive. And it's like, we've never really operated that way. So I don't know.
nice,
But
yeah,
it's a mental pattern we kind of got to break that we've just been kind of brainwashed to like, especially too, like all these fake, like all the holidays are fake. You know, Christmas, I'm like pretty sure was invented just to like get people to spend money in the winter. when people wouldn't normally spend money. It's like a consumption holiday. So
I always say that Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because it's like an excuse to have a big family dinner.
yeah,
But I hate the commercialism of most. I'm not a festive person. Like my wife has to
no.
beg me to put up a tree for Christmas, and we have like a little Charlie Brown tree that we put up, in the corner. I'm like, there you go. Are you happy? Like I hate the commercialism, everything. I don't get people presents. I tell people not to get me presents. I'm really big on anti-commercial.
I'll get you a present, bro. I'll get you a present. So.
Don't you get me a freaking present? The thing is, like, I'm a minimalistic kind of guy. I mean, if you look at my garage, you wouldn't think so. It's trashed right now, but it drives me nuts. But I'm a minimalistic kind of guy, and so people get me presents, and it just looks like trash to me. I'm like, this is just, I don't need this thing. This is just garbage to me. Thanks.
I mean, you got kids too, so like, wait till you go to Target and you like look at the toy aisle. Like, we're getting presents for like Mel's, like my wife's like nephew or something, and it's like, wow, this is a $50 piece of garbage from China. It's like this is 30 cents worth of plastic.
Yeah.
That's $50 because it has a certain fucking logo on it. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
that is like the cancer of like society now. It's like, yeah, this consumption they're trying to get push on us. But I don't know. I feel like people are kind of like pushing back. People are kind of waking up. Obviously, too, it's like things are so expensive, man. It's like, why would I spend $50 on a toy when it's like I should be spending that on getting like there's a butcher like close by. It's like the best meat. It's like I want to like make enough money so I can get, and we go to like the nice grocery store. I was trying to explain this to my buddy recently. Like he's like, dude, you just go to Winco, dude. Just Winco. And I'm like, no, dude, like I want good food, man. I want to invest in good food. It's just like, I don't know. I don't want to spend a bunch of bullshit on stupid things. I want to get like invest in your food. That's the biggest thing. I don't know.
That's actually people ask me when I was doing sales consulting a lot. I went to a lot of masterminds and a lot of coaches, and they always ask me like, when you make like a bunch of money, like what's the first thing that changed? And I was like, I just buy salmon now. I never had salmon before because it was too expensive, but now I just can have salmon whenever I want, and I can have a steak night. I'm not like, okay, well, let's go get like the cheapest steaks. It's like, no, I just go and buy a freaking ribeye.
Yeah,
like,
you don't even think about it. It's like, oh yeah,
I stick with a family and some friends. It's not like I'm trying to skimp. Yeah, it's having money and like being able to host a nice dinner for people, and like that feels amazing to me. So like that's like one of the first things I do is like I buy nice food, and I can go out more because like I eat in all the time because I'm always counting pennies and pinching pennies. But like once you have a certain threshold of income, it's like, well, I can. This is like a drop in the bucket to buy this nice food. So
yeah,
definitely.
Well, yeah. We're kind of getting on time. Like, is there anything else like people, any other advice? Anyone who's thinking about like kind of just doing their own thing, like what would you tell them right now? Is like for you, like what is in your opinion?
Yeah, like so, I think, and here's the thing too. I'm talking about a little bit about my future real fast about what I want to.
Yeah, you're good.
Business, and then I'll get into giving some advice because one of the things I want to do is I want to be a business coach, right? Kind of like I said, the goal was to be a business coach after I was a sales consultant, but I was like, well, I want to have a track record. Like I have the sales consulting business that I did, and that was all right. I want to do a home service business because I believe like service-based businesses are the easier to start and a lot more personal and I just don't know. I feel more connected with service-based businesses. So I want to be a service-based business coach. And so I was like, oh, well, I'll start my own business so I can show people like, look, I did this. I got my own mentorship. Like I always believe people should have a mentor. So that's an advice, right? Talk with people that are ahead of you so that you can catch up faster. And then also just do it, take from freaking Nike, just do it. Like the thing is, like people sit there and make excuses, and I was one of them. Like I was a serial entrepreneur since I was freaking 20 years old, and now I'm 30, freaking almost 34 at the end of this month. And I was always just so scared, and I needed everything to be perfect, and I'd waste time making business cards and just designing a website that I never sent traffic to because I got too scared and I freaked out and thought myself out of it. So you really just need to like take action and make things happen. And stop putting off a lot of the procrastination kind of tasks, like those business card making and stuff. Like just focus. The first thing you need to do is go get sales. Like you literally start a business without any of the equipment. Just go out and get sales first.
Exactly.
You literally
people hate that answer. They hate that. They want to get all the tools first. They want to spend the money on the equipment. Then it's like, dude, like that's You don't need
Yeah.
that, dude. You just need fucking customers, dude. You'll figure the rest out. You can figure anything else out. Like someone has a job, like, hey, Kyle, can you do this? It's like, well, I don't have the tools, but yes, I will figure it out, man. I will get it done. Dude, like, don't worry about it.
Literally doing that this weekend and into next week, doing this painting. Like I've never painted
Yeah.
like professionally. I'm like, so I'm doing a bunch of YouTube research. I'm like, okay, I need a paint scraper. I need to sand it. Then I need to prime it, and then I need to paint it. And I need to make sure I'm covering all the areas that don't want to get paint on it. You know, like all the different little steps. I'm making sure I'm ingraining that in myself. And then when I go there, I'm going to show up confident and just do the things that I just watched that I'm supposed to do. And then they're going to see me. And I've done this before with other stuff, right? They're going to see me doing it and go, wow, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And literally I learned it 3 days ago, you know?
And that's the thing too. People always like, you can be straight up with your customers. Like whenever I tell people like, oh yeah, I started and I didn't know what I was doing. It's like, but I was always honest. I was like, hey man, this is honestly one of my first jobs. Like, I'm gonna get you a good price. I'm gonna do my best that I can. But like, I'm like pretty new at this. And every single person, I've never once been like, had someone get mad at that. They're like, oh, like I appreciate the honesty, dude. Like that's awesome. Like the people love supporting the underdog. People love seeing someone that's out there willing to work. Like, I just did a job the other day, and like she was just complaining about the last people that like had like messed up like her fence. Like she's like, no, there's no good people willing to work anymore. And she has some other stuff that like we'll probably just go do. It's like she's like, hey, I need someone to just spread mulch and like weed this garden. And I was like, shit, I used to do that for $10 an hour. Like we'll do it for obviously way more now, but it's like, just people willing to work, man. Like that's all. If that's the one message you get out from this interview, like me and Kyle, it's just get out, work. People need shit done. Like I don't know, that's pretty much it. So
Yeah, you just gotta go out and do it, man. And that's like the biggest thing. Like just go out, take a week and go knock doors. If you don't have any money, just go out and knock doors and be like, hey, just starting this business. We're booking people out for next week. Do you need any of these services that we provide? Boom, boom, boom. List off 1, 2, whatever, or be like, or just approach saying, hey, I see that you have some windows that could use a clean. Would you like to get booked in for that? You don't even have to be super salesy, tactical. All these people have these scripts. You can literally just knock the door, say, hey, starting a window cleaning business. Would you like your windows cleaned? No. Okay, cool. Thank you. Have a good day. Next person. You'll land someone eventually. Obviously, the technique and stuff can help increase conversions, but like you can literally just do that. And some people will say, hey, I just started my business. Would you need a window clean? Cool. Yeah, let's do it. I'll get you booked in. And then you just take a week to book out into the next week. And then you go and get the window cleaning gear. And it costs like $50 or less to get what you need. And then you go out and you work
business you can start for $50. Like find me something else where you need like no tools. Also, you can make profitable advertising like day one. Like that's insane. Like most businesses will like kill to be in our position where they can like make money day one. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's the biggest thing. Like, don't get out of your way, quit procrastinating, just freaking go do it. That is like that's it. Just gotta go after it. But my whole plan is to start this business, be a business coach, and then I'm actually want to franchise my business. And so that's kind of like what I'm excited about, kind of getting into all these different, I'm calling them divisions, right? The handyman division, all this different stuff. Painting division, interior cleaning division, exterior cleaning division. And so I'm planning on doing that, becoming a business coach, and then also franchising, and maybe just franchising this coaching people in the franchise, right? And so I think that'd be a really cool path to go. And I think that'd be just awesome, just having myself across all the US, and like not myself, but like my business name all over the place. And that's kind of the dream right now. So yeah, that's where I want to go. And
you got the vision though. That's good, man. Like the fucking vision. Like most people don't have a vision. It's like
it's kind of goes back to the people that don't have the work ethic, man. Like I feel like it's the newer generations are just like they don't have.
It's weird. They just want like to get a job and like just coast for like 30 years. It's just like honestly, like our fucking parents kind of taught us that because you could kind of coast. Like it's weird. Like this is me quote unquote controversial, but yeah, the boomers are they literally just could be kind of lazy. They just got one job and they were fine. They were fine for 40 years. They could work the same job.
A family of 4, buy a house.
Not to say that they were lazy, because that was just the times, man. It was like you didn't need to make money. Like you just like, hey, I'm making $3,000 a month, and my mortgage is only $500 a month, so I'm like chilling. It's like nowadays it's just like, imagine the not having like, it's just wow. We could go into that another day.
Yeah, the economy's kind of going
The
crazy.
fact is now we gotta get after it, dude. We're young guys. We gotta fucking hustle. Like, I don't know where the country's going. I don't know where the government's at. Like money or inflation. Who knows? Who gives a shit? We got to make our own shit. We got to make it happen. So
I'm always impressed with the young people, man. Some of the young guys, like, and when I was doing the sales consulting business, there was another guy doing the same thing who was like 18, 19 years old, and he's crushing it, dude. He was a beast.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy crap. If only I was like in your position when I was 19. Holy crap.
That is crazy too to see. I don't think I really woke up until I was like 21, 22, and I was like trying to start stuff, and then kind of stumbled into this. And this was when I was 23, kind of just took off. So, but
I've tried so many different businesses. I mean, just like you, right? You were doing drop shipping and all this other. I did social media marketing. I was selling beef jerky. I was
selling shoes. I remember that.
Selling shoes. I actually just offloaded those moving up here.
Yeah, nice.
I had those for like 10 years. I feel like I was like, dang it, what did I do?
Hey man, you're trying shit, and then obviously home services, like, it's just like such a good business. Like it's a great way to kind of get started, get some money in the door. Learn how a business kind of works. Learn how you kind of like to operate. Everyone likes to operate differently. Like, I don't really like to have like people. Like, I kind of still do like a almost solo operator. Like, I have a couple guys, that I send jobs to and such. But like, I also don't want to have like 15 trucks on the road. That's not my style. I like to just kind of keep it chill. If you want to have like your own divisions, like you do, like that's awesome. Like there's something for everyone too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like the dream is to buy a family estate, man, and just have a tiny home village with a great hall.
Dude, that would be sick, man. I could totally see that. Like, just get like 100 acres. Everyone builds their house. Like, we would need to find some way to zone it, but like, or not give a shit.
It's like a mobile home zoning, I think. I don't know. I would have to talk to a real estate agent, but
yeah, I don't know, but we'll figure it out, man. Because that's definitely the future. Like, I'm on all these houses. You just feel like pretty lonely in this, not lonely in the city, but like it's like weird. Like, I want to have like a small community again. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, exactly. That's like one of my dreams right now. It's like
have a golf course on there too, dude. Like, that would be crazy. A little 9-hole golf course.
Dude, I actually just bought some used golf clubs. I need to start learning golf. I bought them so I can actually start
watching see me get into it too, bro. Like, dude, it's fun, man.
Yeah, well, I want to get into my cousin and my dad, but I saw you getting into it, dude. I was like, oh dang, he's going golfing. But
it's so awesome. We could talk. I mean, I could talk forever about golf.
Dude, if you come up to the Bellingham area, let me know if you want to go to the driving range and just like help me out.
Yeah, I'll let you know, dude. Like, we'll for sure like have to hit some balls around for. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
so
I've only done like Top Golf. So actually, I did play around the golf. My first game of golf, we did like 18 holes, and I ended up getting a par on one of the holes. I was like, how the heck did I make that happen?
Yeah.
But my cousin was coaching me through the whole stuff. And then after I did that, he was like, yeah, we're done coaching you.
No, dude, I mean, trust me, man, it's like a life. And that's why I like golf too, man. It's like a lifetime sport too. It's not like something you can get like, even like the pros, like they're still like, even they shoot like perfectly. It's like, I could have done better. I could have done one more or less, but like, it's crazy. So, but anyways, Kyle, thanks for coming on, dude. Like, I mean, this is awesome. Like, maybe we'll have to do this again. Like, just like, chill, talk about business, life. Like, it's a good time. But appreciate having you on. And
hit me up in a year and a half, and we'll do another one to see where I'm at then.
Yeah, dude, that'd be awesome. So,
heck yeah, man. Appreciate you, Spencer. Thanks for everything.
All right, sure, bro. Peace.